Hey everyone, it's Meredith to lead you through a few minutes of a weighted arms series. You could do with 1 or 2 pound weights. Of course, you could go up to 5 pounds or more if you wanted to, but when done correctly, you need very little weight to get a really good workout. As always, anytime you're working out at home, it's great to get cleared with your primary care provider to make sure it's safe for you to do this work at home. Nothing we do should hurt, so stop if it does. And this is meant to be used as a supplement and to keep you motivated while you're at home, but it's not meant to replace your work done with your Pilates teacher or your personal trainer. So I hope you enjoy this little weighted arm series. So you'll come to standing and you have 1 or 2 or whatever pound weights that you prefer. You come into a Pilates V, heels together, toes slightly apart. You lean gently into the wind and your arms are down by your sides for what we call biceps 1. Just a bicep exercise. Arms are squeezing tightly. You inhale. And on the exhale, gather your waist as you bend your elbows. Inhale and exhale as you squeeze the weights and draw them up. Inhale grows you tall and expands you. Exhale gathers you as you squeeze. Inhale and exhale. From the side, you're leaning gently into the wind. Keep moving. And exhale. Your elbows are going to straight but not locked, and then squeeze them in. Same with your knees. They're straight but not locked backwards, and your abs are active. Let's do 2 more, and then gather, and 1 more, and then return. Next, we'll bring the weights straight out in front of you. Same idea, exhale to squeeze, inhale to open the weights, exhale to close the weights. This is right out in front of your shoulders. So you're not letting the elbows drop and lift as you're straightening and bending them. They're actually the stationary thing. What changes is the biceps squeezing and opening the joint, flexing and extending the elbow joint. And by staying so stationary, you're isolating those bicep muscles. Of course, the deltoids, the tops of your shoulders, are getting some work too, and all these upper abdominals to keep you in this nice standing posture. Let's do 2 more, because I can't count, and 1 more. And then bring it in. Then keep your elbows bent. Take them out to the sides, not behind you, slightly front of your chest, and then you inhale to open, and you squeeze to close. Inhale and exhale. Now, part of what makes this work so effective is if you don't just move quickly and let the weight take you, but if you imagine it to be much heavier than it is, and you actually squeeze the weights with your hands and create a sense that these are like 30-pound weights, that you have just as much control in them as if they're 2 pounds, which they are. And again. Also, you'll notice I'm really trying not to break my wrists, so as the weights go away and they get heavy, I'm not letting them hang on me, and as they come in, I'm not curling. So the longer that you can keep your wrists from breaking, the better for them over time. We're not going to wear and tear on the wrists, and the weight will translate up into your body even more effectively. Next, we'll bring the weights in and back down and roll your shoulders around. Let's turn to the side so you can see the profile. Taking my feet about hip distance apart, and you'll have a seat in an imaginary chair back there. You're neither arched in your back nor rounded. You're flat, sits bones reaching away, crown of your head reaches away. Next, we're going on to a tricep press. So your knees are bent, arms squeeze into your side, back parallel to the floor, abs scooping. Inhale, punch the wall behind you. Exhale, slowly bend. Again, the more control that you can use to straighten and bend, the better the muscles are going to get an effective lengthening and shortening with this weight bearing. So we're taking our time so that we are practicing control in the movement and in the muscles, and to breathe properly. Inhale and exhale. Let the breath expand you. Let it exhale all your old stuff out. In and out. 3 more. Soft shoulders, deep scooping abs. 2. 1 more time. If you need a rest while you're here, release for a moment, shake things out. Next, we're going to go on to the bug. Your hands are fist to fist. Your elbows are a little bit soft. You're still hip distance parallel, seated in your chair. Inhale, and your arms open to the sides. Exhale, pull your belly in and squeeze. Inhale and exhale. Now, as with any exercise where your arms are moving in space behind your body, it's tempting for your ribs to drop in order to get the weights up. Don't let that happen. Keep your body as the completely stable thing so that the upper back and the back of the arms have to work to actually lift those weights without the leverage of your ribs dropping down. Let's do 3 more here. Inhale, exhale, squeezes it out. And 2. Exhale, still sitting in your chair. 1 more. And then exhale. And again, you can release. Check in with your upper back, your seat, your shoulders. Next, we'll do boxing. So you're still seated in your chair, flat back, arms tight to your sides. One arm punches forward, fist down. One arm punches back, fist up. Strong, straight wrists. They come together and switch. And in. You can inhale for a set and exhale for a set. Or breathe in any way that makes sense to you, as long as you're getting full deep breaths. And switch and change. Feeling your heels drive into the floor helps you find your seat and the hamstrings behind you. Your abs pull in and up and change. Let's do 1 more set. Switch. Then your arms get to release, your head releases, your knees are soft. Shake it out for a moment. Scoop your belly as you round your spine to push the floor away. Pouring your spine back into your pelvis. Check in with your neck and shoulders at the top. Next, we'll go on to the zip up. Let's go back to Pilates stance. We did a little bit in parallel. Now we're back to the V. Your weights pressed together at your center. I know I have blue weights. You can't really see them. I'm like this in front of me. You inhale, elbows wide, shoulders down. Press the weights together. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, gathers your waist as you press down. Inhale, fill your ribs. Exhale, empty your waist. You're pressing the weights together to give you almost like an isometric exercise. To hold that midline so your arms are working the whole time. And you notice I'm really working to keep my shoulders down. I'm not letting them rise up as I come up. I'm leaving them down my back as the weights come up. You could play with a little bit of lower body on this. I rise up onto my toes, tiptoes, as my weights are down, and then I lower my heels as my weights come up. So your inhale pushes weights down, lifts heels up. Exhale, lowers heels, lifts weights. Inhale and exhale. The breath could be either way. As long as you're breathing deeply, doesn't really matter what the pattern is to me. Just you're in control from your head to your heels and in your weights. Next, we'll progress this right into shave the head. Your weights come all the way up. Your fingertips touch. Your fingertips can be long, or you can keep fists. Again, with the arms overhead, it's tempting to arch your back and to lock your knees, but you're going to keep your posture really strong. Your elbows bend so widely that maybe these weights come behind your head, but not if you have to jut out of the way for it. You can bring them just to the crown of your head, the top of your head, or the forehead. If you can't get the weights behind your head, the idea behind that is just to open your chest and really challenge your upper back, but not if you have to crick your neck to get out of the way of those weights. So this is shave the head, inhale up, exhale down, inhale, and pull wide again, imagining the weights to be heavier than they are. Here too, we could play with the releve, those heel lifts. So as your weights come wide, you rise up onto your toes, and then your heels drive down as your arms come up. Let's do 5 more this way. Rising up and down. Wrapping your legs together, feeling the midline, breathing deeply. And 2. And 1 more time. Then the weights can come up, open wide as you release them down by your sides and roll through your shoulders. Separate to about shoulder width again. This one is really just lateral flexion, more or less a stretch, but there also is a lot of power required in your side body. One arm up, one arm down. Your hips stay exactly right here as you side bend away from your heel on that side. Your hips stay there, meaning they don't jut out to counterbalance the weight. You're actually gathering and stretching up and away from that start position. And then you come up in space, they switch. Inhale and then exhale. Let this weight just carefully help you draw over, reaching into the opposite heel, so you're getting a lot of length and decompression. And then you come back up and switch. Inhale and exhale. Again, careful of the ribs popping forward, careful of the shoulder shrugging up. Keep lots of space between your shoulder and your ear, and keep your ribs and abs gathering so that you're not popped forward. And then we'll finish with the sparklers. Your heels come back together. You grab your weights by the end like a pencil, and they're down below. Soft shoulders, lean into the wind. Your weights circle out about 8 times as they travel up, and then you reverse the circles as they travel down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhaling up as you reverse. And then exhaling down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhaling up. Try to inhale the whole way up and ribs are in, and exhale. Gather your waist. 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, you could lift the heels in. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And exhale, lower the heels as you lower. 5, 6. One more time. Inhale as you rise up. And exhale as you lower. And then pause for a moment and just check in. There's lots more exercises you could do with the weights, but this is just a beginning. I hope you enjoyed it.